Hey guys, what is up? It is your friend the Nerd was here back again with another Isaac breaking, and this time we're starting with Libra. Let's get right into it. Of course, Libra, as you probably have come to learn from this series, is a sweet item. And it basically just rebalances all your stats. So they're all, you know, equal, sort of, all pulling from just essentially one big pool. They're all weighted differently when you get stat ups, and then distributed evenly. So, generally you don't want damage up, you want tiers, you want speed, you want range. Damage up is still fine, it's not that it hurts you in any way, it just doesn't benefit you nearly as much as the other stats would. So, and the other sweet thing about Libra is that you start with a nice surplus of consumable items, which frequently is the pain of the early game. The lack of keys and bombs it's generally a big deal. Obviously, I'm getting quite lucky as well with just the things that I'm finding around. And I'm getting keys. I'm trading bombs for keys because I personally think keys are a lot more important. Okay, Widow's fine. I think keys are a lot more important in the early game. I think keys are actually just more important overall now that I think about it. I always like, you know, my opinion is that keys are very important in the early game because getting early items is way more relevant, but at the same time it's like, it's not like there's a shift in that in the late game. You still want more keys for more items, you know? I think I'm full. Yep. Alright, well. Still a good first floor. I'm very happy with it. The luck up is sweet. That's the other thing. There are certain stats, such as luck up, that are unaffected by Libra. It is only, sorta, I guess, I was gonna say tier affecting stats, but speed isn't a tier affecting stat, and also shot speed doesn't work. It's just damage, tiers, range, speed are all evened out. Everything else, still completely independent. It's the big four, right? I listed 4 things, right? Sure. Box of spiders, of course, is not really relevant in any situation. It's a pretty awful item. I mean, it's fine. It's like a poor man's guppy's head. Yeah, I guess that works. Which, I don't know, maybe that's unfair to box of spiders, because spiders are better than flies, but at the same time, box of spiders spawns less spiders than guppy's head does flies. Yeah, whatever. Don't be bad trip. Okay, good. You know what? I'm gonna open this bad boy up and assume this is a Hierophant. It's the Emperor, not Hierophant. Ugh, this kind of sucks. So either this room has enemies, or I'm kind of fucked. Alright, cool, it has 1 enemy. Which is pretty much ideal. I'm very happy with that. Not happy with losing the Spirit Heart I got, but I am happy that I used the Spirit Heart to make sure that I didn't take red heart damage until the boss, which is Pin. Ooh, we got a chance here. Except I frequently take damage against Pin because I don't respect him. He's a tricky motherfucker, that's right. That's who he is. That's what he does. That's what he'd do. That's who he be. It's not that he's, like, difficult in any way to avoid. It's just, I frequently just don't respect him and his ability to deal damage to me. And so he just catches me off guard. That was good, though. Guppy's Hairball. First Guppy item. Do I want to... I think I do want to check out the library, which I think is this one way back here. Yeah, okay, cool. If this drops a battery, I'll be ecstatic. It did not. That's fine. This, at the very least, gets Book of Sin, Bible, and Book of Shadows completely out of the item pools, which is nice. This means I don't have to deal with them later, which means if I do stumble upon a library later, I can actually use it as a, you know, double, triple, quadruple item room, depending on the amount of books that are in it. In some situations, it could even just be a single item room equivalent. I probably should have picked up the counterfeit penny before taking the money. Oh well. So as you can see, from the wire coat hanger, my tier rate really didn't increase much, but my damage did a little bit. All stats, you know, linearly increase with each other when you get stat ups. With Libra, of course. Okay. Die, thank you. Alright, so this one's sweet. I'm happy with it so far. I definitely am. And because I'm so happy with it, let's go on a tangent. I am currently an hour and a half into the essentially the special features of the Aliens, so second movie, DVD release thing, like part of the Alien Anthologies set, I think. I don't know, I'm watching it on YouTube. And fuck, man, I fucking love Aliens movies. I really do. The Alien movies are just so good. Just so good. Also, James Cameron, for all the shit that I give him for Avatar, which was a travesty, damn good director, absolutely. And writer, I guess. He did write, I mean, he wrote, like, every one of his movies, right? I think that's true. Which movies? Oh, fucking. I mean, he definitely wrote Aliens. He wrote Avatar, which, I mean, I wouldn't call it writing it, but you know what? Some people would, so. He created characters to shoehorn into a story that's already been done a fucking 1,000 times. What? Oh, I didn't say that. Shit, my bad. Listen, man. I only said what everybody was thinking. That's all it was. I mean, everybody at this point understands that, right? There's nobody who's gonna go into, like, shock and be like, Avatar was my favorite movie. I mean, it can be your favorite movie, but come on, like, the story's been done a trillion times. Also, it was fucking preachy as hell. And I don't like preachy movies, no matter what is preaching. I don't like it. I mean, he wrote, I'm pretty sure he wrote the screenplay for Titanic. I don't think somebody else wrote it. Obviously, it's based on, you know, true events of the Titanic, but, well, so loosely. But, I mean, he wrote it still, right? Come on, peep, thank you. Okay. Thanks. Alright, good pills. Good pills. Well, I mean, a health up and then a essentially neutral pill. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think I'm gonna get another reroll on this floor, so I'm gonna hold on to it for now. I do want this. Oh, and I want that, of course. And I, of course, do also wish to have this. Yeah, but my favorite thing about the Alien movies is just the creature design. And that's kind of why, I don't know, Prometheus bothered the shit out of me. I mean, it bothered the shit out of me for a lot of reasons. One of the bigger ones was, of course, the fact that the creature design was so bland. And it didn't feel like, I don't know, it didn't feel like a horror movie when it clearly was more more created as, like, a spiritual predecessor to the original Alien more so than any of the other movies. And it makes sense because it was by Ridley Scott, the creator of the original Alien. But it didn't have any of the horror elements that the original Alien had, you know? And the creature design is partly to blame. Because, like, the creature design in Prometheus is slightly larger humans, scarier, in one single instance, a scarier zombie-like human who, for no apparent reason, decided to have his legs bent over his shoulders at one point. There was literally no reason for that, aside from it trying to, like, I don't know, take from, like, The Grudge or something. And then, like, a snake. Right? Like, those are the creatures. And, like, you saw Xenomorph at the end. I mean, that's not a spoiler. It doesn't actually affect the plot in any way. You just see it, because they're like, haha! Yeah, they're just like, haha, look! Fucking H.R. Geiger's wonderful and, you know, magnificent creation that you didn't see any of in this movie. So it's like, you know, just it doesn't feel, there's no horror aspect to it, but it, like, tries to be a horror thing. I don't know, it just fucking sucked. But in the other Alien movies, even, you know, the disliked ones, the Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, like, I mean, the creature design, sure, it wasn't unique in any way, it was just the aliens, but it was good, you know? There's a reason that people love H.R. Geiger's design, right? And it's not just that it was creepy, it was just everything about it. Just kind of like, you know, it added up and it made sense and it was also creepy. Yeah, fuck this room. 2. That'll reroll that key. Don't want it to reroll the key. I do want it to reroll that, however. Ah! Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I love seeing stuff about older sci-fi movies as well, because older sci-fi movies, really, they had to do something, you know, to get notoriety and stay famous until today, right? Like, Star Wars, the original trilogy, of course, is fucking incredible. I don't think anybody can argue that. And, like, it's that way because, first of all, it wasn't gonna be a 6-movie series, right? When it was being created, at least. When the original, as we know it now, Episode 4, A New Hope, when that was being created, if you told George Lucas, this is gonna be a 6-movie, well, and now even more, right? This'll be a 7+ movie series. He'd probably be like, bullshit it is. And, like, well, obviously there was a decent amount of CG, but it was really good CG for the time. But, like, a lot of the parts that if they were in movies today would be done with CG were done, of course, you know, with practical effects and shooting on, like, in a certain location, you know? Nowadays, it's just like, alright, we need him in Mustafar, let's shoot him on green screen and do it. Because that's literally what they did for Episode 3. They had a giant green screen set and just CG'd the whole thing in. And it was good, the CG was great. But it just kind of, you didn't feel it, you know? It just kind of felt too fake. But on Tatooine, when they filmed for the Star Wars, I think it was like, what was it? It was like The Adventures of Luke Starkiller? What was his original name? It wasn't Skywalker. It was Star something, and I don't remember what it was. It was like the original title, the super original title, which, you know, didn't last too terribly long. was like the adventures of Luke Starkiller or whatever it was. Like Chapter 1, The Star Wars. Like this incredibly long, awful title, right? And ending in The Star Wars, not even Star Wars. And then people, you know, every time people like saw the script, they would like, you know, talk to George Lucas and be like, you serious? And then, you know, eventually he changed it. Thank God he did. And then it was released as Star Wars. No Episode 4, A New Hope. None of that bullshit. Just Star Wars, you know? And that fucking movie is just, it's timeless, you know? It's just really good. I don't even want the body. And like, you know, Alien is a similar way, where it's like they did more with less. They did more than what movies do nowadays, generally, with way less, you know? Like, in Alien, you still felt like you were in space, you know? It just didn't require thousands of dollars to create these crazy special effects of, you know, like, mind-blowing scale shots and stuff like that. It was just a fucking miniature on a green screen. A damn good miniature, but it was on a green screen, right? And like, sure, there were special effects, but it wasn't beating you over the head with it like movies nowadays do. I don't know. I heard somewhere that Star Wars Episode 7 is going to be a lot of on-site shooting and a lot less green screening and shit like that. And that makes me a lot more excited. Because I do think that it's a very underutilized thing nowadays. I mean, obviously, you know, if a movie has to take place in a city, they're gonna shoot it in the city, right? Like, they do that, right? But for fantasy landscapes, way too often nowadays do people just, you know, phone it in with a fucking green screen and send it to the CG department and be like, hey, fucking fill it in, thanks. And it just doesn't feel real enough, you know? I do also like it when they do on-site shooting combined with CG. For example, Lord of the Rings does it incredibly well with all of their on-site shooting in New Zealand, combined with special effects to kind of fill it in, you know? Just fill in the gaps of what, you know, needs to be filled in. For example, Minas Tirith, they didn't build a gigantic fucking city on a mountain in New Zealand, but they did film by some fucking big-ass mountains and then used CG to fill it in so it felt like they were there. It's really cool stuff to just see how older movies are made. I know Lord of the Rings isn't, like, old, but Peter Jackson at least uses very realistic methods to create the shots. And so does Christopher Nolan. They both do a great job of it. I do find it very interesting, though, how one of the directors that people know so much about now is Peter Jackson, when, you know, they know him for Lord of the Rings and shit. Oh, God. You guys should look at his older stuff. That dude is, he's a weird fuck, and I love it. If you only know Peter Jackson for Lord of the Rings, I would highly... Well, Lord of the Rings and, like, District 9 and stuff like that. Well, and that's actually one of the reasons I like District 9 so much, is that it very much was similar to his old work. Where it was kind of like a... I don't know, District 9 was kind of like a semi-realistic, kind of like a dystopian horror? It wasn't like a horror. But it had horror elements to it. That made it real good. But Peter Jackson is known very well for over-the-top gore, which is why Lord of the Rings is pretty funny. Because there ain't shit. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's not, you know, it's not nearly as excessive as his older stuff. Man, I could really go for a stat up. Thanks. It's not a great one, but it'll do. Let's check out the shop. I have one guppy item, sure. Pandora's box will give me 4 spirit hearts, which sounds unnecessary right now. Oh yeah, and I don't know if I actually did comment on this, but Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite movie series ever, for a lot of reasons. And I finally got around to... I hesitate to call it watching The Hobbit, because I didn't watch the whole thing. It just fucking... Like the first one, right? An Unexpected Journey. It bored the shit out of me. They could have jammed the entire story of The Hobbit into one movie. But instead, they just had just filler and filler and filler and nothing and filler and nothing happened. And I just stopped watching. I didn't even care anymore. I was like, well, I'll leave it with the trilogy then. That is my understanding of Lord of the Rings. This movie doesn't exist. Now, I'm not saying it would have been the best idea to jam the entirety of The Hobbit into one movie. I'm saying they could have, right? I don't think that The Hobbit had even remotely enough content for 3 entire movies, and I could immediately tell that that was the case upon watching the first one, because it just felt like they didn't have anything to do. Polyphemus is a complete negative stat. Like when you have Libra, it's bad. It's real bad. So I can't take it, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, like I started watching the first one. I made it like an hour and a half through, and then just stopped because nothing happened. There was cool exposition about the whole like the city of the dwarves and shit like that. And that was neat, and I enjoyed that. And then, like, you know, there was the cutesy little, like, dinner sequence. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then it just fucking never moved anywhere. They were, like, on horses, and then there was, like, another story about some battle. And, like, the battle looked kind of cool, but we didn't even see any of it, really. It just kind of, like, it went by in, like, a flash. And then, you know, there's some new antagonist being introduced for no reason. And then... it just didn't work. It just felt like a mess. It didn't work for me. It didn't do shit for me. It also didn't feel like they were doing anything, right? Like the characters in the story, it didn't feel like anything was happening to them. You know, it just, not only did it feel like the pacing was bad, it just felt like the writing was bad, and the storytelling was bad, because nothing happened. It was just like, Bilbo, will you join me on a journey? And then Bilbo's like, no, I'm not leaving the Shire. And then, like, he changes his mind and then goes. But what's the journey? Like, where does the journey part come into play? When does that have? I mean, like, I know I only watched an hour and a half of the first movie, but cut me some slack. I feel like after an hour and a half, if the entire movie is titled An Unexpected Journey, maybe we would have gotten to the journey part. And I know they started moving somewhere, but, like, nothing happened. There was no conflict. There was nothing. And I know I didn't read The Hobbit. I mean, like, I sort of did, but I don't remember it, because I was, like, 12, and because I was 12, there's a fairly likely chance that I might have just kind of skimmed instead of actually reading it. So I basically don't remember shit. The only thing I really do remember about The Hobbit is there was a lot of singing, and it was difficult to read as a 12-year-old. And I mean, there was singing in the movie, so you got that part, right? But like, it just kind of felt pointless. I don't know. I'm basically at this point just, I've made the conscious decision that Lord of the Rings to me is the trilogy. That's it. The Hobbit doesn't exist, and that's that, and I'll be happy with that. Also, there was no fucking battle in The Hobbit. I do know that much. That's bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, Battle of the Five Armies. That's fucking horseshit. Get your shit out of my movie. I mean, like, they had a lot of parts that were, like, in spirit, supposedly, you know, true to the books, but just kind of fell short from what I've heard. I don't know. Again, I only saw some of the first. But I don't know. I don't think I've had a movie that's just legitimately bored me as much as The Hobbit did. It was just so fucking boring. Except for 2001: A Space Odyssey, which, I'll admit, I need to see now, because the first time I saw it, I probably just was too stupid of a kid to really, like, understand any of it, so I just got bored. So I'll see it soon, I promise, and I'll give it another shot. But man, the first time that I tried watching it, I got bored out of my goddamn gourd. And like those are pretty much the only two movies that have ever done that to me. And again, I admit, I'll give, you know, I need to give 2001 the benefit of the doubt. My brother's girlfriend actually is really upset that I haven't seen it, / I kind of saw it and thought it was boring, because it's her favorite movie of all time. So I'll see it, I promise. It'll happen. Or I'll see it again, I guess. I'll give it another shot. My phrasing is all over. It's just I'm dropping phrasing left and right. But I don't know, maybe that I'm older now, I can actually appreciate it for what it is. And for the amount that I liked Interstellar, from what I've heard, the explanations of Interstellar that I've heard is that everyone, like, you know, critics wanted Interstellar to be another 2001: A Space Odyssey. 2001: A Space Odyssey fans wanted it to be another 2001: A Space Odyssey. And it just kind of fell short, but it had, like, very similar sort of stuff, supposedly. And I liked that movie. I thought it was pretty swell. I enjoyed Interstellar. Probably a lot more than most people. I enjoyed it because it was kind of based in science. And by kind of, I mean, like, pretty heavily based in science. It just... Can you... Alright, fuck it. Hit me. I don't even give a shit. Fuck this room. It's so bullshit. It's one of the most bullshit rooms in the game. Like 50% of the time you can get out without getting hit more than once. That's it. That's your best bet. 50%. Easy. Yeah, I mean, I liked Interstellar a lot. So I'll probably enjoy 2001: Space Odyssey. I don't know if I re-roll this. I'm actually unsure. I don't know if that's the play. I probably shouldn't have grabbed that. I should open this though. And re-roll 3 things. Wow, good. Sweet, red hearts. Oh, Hierophant. That's pretty good. Pushpin might be better than what I got. It's probably better than what I got. Blank card is not great. I will buy this, however, and because there's a batter here, I'm going to reroll Chemical Peel. You know what? I'm taking it. I don't have Ipecac. My shot speed and range, I think, are definitely sufficient to make this item not detrimental. And it definitely looks that way, the more I'm shooting, so happy with the decision. Also, it, you know, it has synergy with Lump of Coal, which is pretty sweet. So, good choice. Alright. Digga-digga-digga-da. Yeah, so I mean, I desperately want more sci-fi movies that, you know, are actually, I don't know, good. That's what I want to say. I want more good sci-fi movies. But then people will get all fucking butt mad about, like, ooh, there have been good sci-fi movies. For example, you just said you like Interstellar. I have been hit 3 fucking times in this room. Christ almighty, dude. This run sucks ass, doesn't it? I just don't want to accept it. Fuck off! That was too instant! You didn't give me time! God damn it, dude. There's too many things. There's too many things! No, motherfucker. I was 1 spirit heart under fully capped, and I'm leaving this fucking room with 5.5 hearts under cap. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sure thing. What a great room. What an awesome mom fight. I'm fucked, by the way. Can I just... I'm gonna level with you. This run's super fucked. Wait, how am I dealing with this much damage but the mom fight took 4 minutes? Jesus Christ, dude. Something's fucky with the damage I'm dealing, that's for sure. Like, I'm dealing so much damage to these guys, but apparently Mom ain't having any of that shit. I mean, now I'm not dealing... I don't understand! This is like the you know, this is the time of the run where I'm like, oh man, fucking Teratoma and Fistula suck ass. And now I obliterate them as if they weren't shit. And then the other bosses are the things giving me trouble, and I don't get it. Real talk though, I need some fucking damage real bad. I mean, more specifically, I need a tier, yeah, pretty much just a tier up will do. That'll be the thing I'm looking for. Don't see a tinted rock. Let's go. Hey, Lust, how's it going? I found pills. There. Oh, fuck, it's gurglings, dude. Gurgling. Oh, come on. Alright. I mean, okay. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Fuck that room. That room was a load of balls immediately. Oh, run. Okay. Oh, you know what I also want? I want more good monster movies. I fucking love monster movies. And you know what? I legitimately think the 2014 Godzilla movie, fucking great monster movie. I really liked it. Also, maybe that's why I like Jurassic World so much, because it wasn't very much like a Jurassic Park movie. It was a lot more of just like a monster movie. And I was watching what's the guy's name? He's a YouTuber. He does movie reviews. Like Jeremy Johns, is that his name? Jeremy Johns? I think so. That sounds right. I was watching a bunch of his reviews, and I was very happy because he's a very likable dude with very relatable opinions. And I loved what he called the, oh God, what was the actual dinosaur's name? The Indominus Rex? Is that what it was called? I think so. Yeah, Indominus Rex sounds right to me. He just called it the Holy Shitosaurus, and I think that's pretty accurate. So, you know what? I think that's the name I'm gonna roll with from now on when I'm talking about the Indominus Rex. Fuck the Indominus Rex. It takes too long to say. Bad trip. What a great name. Speed up. Okay, speed ups are good. Speed ups are real good. Telepills are very questionable. So yeah, I mean, Jurassic World was very much a monster movie. And I liked it. A monster movie, of course, starring the Holy Shitosaurus. And maybe that's also why I like fucking Cloverfield. People hate Cloverfield, apparently. I don't get it. I think that movie's sweet. Like, all of the criticism I hear, I think I've gone on this tangent before. I've definitely talked to a lot of people about it. Because most people I talk to dislike Cloverfield because of the shaky cam. Oh yeah, I went on this during the found footage documentary tangent recently. Yeah. How most found footage movies are just like fucking awful. Yeah, that was a good tangent. Alright. Very happy with those two. I don't know if I want this. I don't want that, but I'll take it. But yeah, I like monster movies. I just like a very classical sort of, you know, easy to swallow build-up to really sweet designed monsters. I love it. I don't care how many fucking times it's been done before. Shocking enough, I know. I know I criticized Avatar because it's been done so many times, but, like, I don't know, monster movies are a different beast to me. Because it's all about, to me, what a monster movie is it's less of trying to tell a story and more of just like, hey, fucking, look at this cool as hell monster. And then something like Avatar just tries to, you know, it tries to tell a story, which on one hand is super preachy, although agreeable, and then on the other hand has just been fucking done so many times before that you're sick of being beat over the head with it. At least I was. But monster movies are just sweet. And a good monster movie doesn't show much of the monster. Like, action sequences are absolutely good, right? I love it. I love fucking, like, kaiju-style battles and shit. But you don't want to overdo it. It's a very delicate balance of having enough kaiju badassishness. Fuck off. I'm the best. Okay. You have to have enough of it to, like, make people happy, but you don't want too much of it, because if you have too much of it, then the, you know, the mystique, the true terror of these monsters just vanishes. Because you, as the audience in a monster movie, want to be as scared of the monster as the characters within the movie. That's what makes a good monster movie, because that makes the characters relatable. You don't need any bullshit story about, like, ooh, well, my mom died when I was 6, and blah, blah, or blah. Or like in fucking Jurassic World, well, what are we gonna, our parents are getting divorced. Like, I don't fucking care. Show me more of the Holy Shitosaurus and I'll be happy. Like, ah, boohoo, yeah, okay, I get it, you know. Sure, but I don't care. I want to see more people fucking torn limb from this genetic abomination that we call a dinosaur. I don't fucking give a shit about these kids' parents. Fuck it. For all I give a shit about, they died of the Holy Shitosaurus too. I don't know. I think that's what makes a good monster movie. Is monsters are fucking scary. And unique, too. They gotta be unique. That's why the Alien movies are so great. Because H.R. Geiger is a fucking weird dude. Or was, I guess. He died, like, wasn't it 2014? It was very recent. And I'm still broken up about it. But, like, his monsters were fucking top-notch. And so are Guillermo del Toro's. Guillermo's are like, whew. Straight from the depths of hell. Also, my favorite thing about H.R. Geiger's monsters is that they're very, like, they tend to be kind of Lovecraftian, and also every one of his fucking designs, whether it be monster or set or anything like that, every one of H.R. Geiger's designs has gotta have a vagina somewhere. It just has to. That's a law. I don't know why. He's a weird dude, but, like, it's very interesting. It's a unique aspect to his work. Like, if you haven't watched the Alien movies in a while, I highly recommend it. And pay very close attention to pretty much every single, like, organic-looking set piece. And, you know, the aliens and shit like that. Because they're all very, very... I guess, yeah, phallic, I'd say, is the best way to put it. And it's very interesting. Because it feels like it could be a actual, like, natural thing, right? It doesn't feel like it was manufactured from, like, human fear or something. It feels like it's a very real sort of thing. It feels... I don't know. Obviously, it doesn't feel realistic because fucking chest-bursting parasitic aliens that were created by... according to Prometheus, created by the beings that created us, sent to destroy us because we were a failed species. Like that, I mean, that's not believable. But the monsters make it feel believable because they feel like, you know, nature-y. I don't know. See, I want more monster movies. And I want more sci-fi movies. And if you can give me a sci-fi monster movie, that'd be sweet too. I'd be all over that shit. Maybe that's why I like the Alien series so much. Oh, curved horn, sweet. Yeah, so I mean, if any of my my viewers are a, you know, potential Hollywood director who wants to just hit me up and make a you know, the next big hit of a sci-fi monster movie, just, you know, go for it. I'd appreciate that. Thanks. And if not, like, that's cool too, you know, you can just keep watching these videos and I'd appreciate that about as much. Don't like this. Do not like this. Okay. Oh, you know what? Also, H.R. Geiger apparently wasn't credited in Alien... Well, initially he wasn't credited in Alien 3 because that was a... In terms of production, that was a nightmare. And I think even now in Alien 4, Alien Resurrection, as it's called, H.R. Geiger's still not even credited. Like, he hasn't even been acknowledged or anything, which I find hilarious. Because the only reason that that movie even exists and has a plot is because of H.R. Geiger's work, kind of. I mean, like, obviously, you know, it was written by Ridley Scott, so he might have had a bit more to do with it than H.R. Geiger, but at the same time, it was still his creature design. At the very least, he was credited in Aliens, even though he wasn't contracted at all. He was still credited for the original monster design. And I think that they, like, retroactively credited him for Alien 3, which is good. He deserved it. People think making monsters is easy as fuck, though. That shit's an art form. I mean, it literally is art. But it's absolutely a very kind of unique talent that people have. Like, all of the best monster makers, if you will, all just kind of, you know, it's like a talent thing. They weren't like, one day, like, I'm gonna make monsters. Like, they, you know, they're a person who just, one of their hobbies was artwork. They turned it into a career, and their specialty is making fucking creepy monsters that came straight from the bowels of hell. It's a fucking phenomenal talent, I'll tell you. None of this, like, creature from the Black Lagoon bullshit. I'm talking real fucking monsters. Fuck. I knew I was going to get hit in the Isaac fight. I'm actually doing way better than I expected in this fight. I'll be completely honest with you. I expected to just get fucking mowed over. I expect this fight to be the worst ever. Oh, nice. An extra spirit heart for my troubles. Thank you, game. I appreciate that. I do. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? And what's in the box? Okay. Do the smart thing. Pop 2 of spades. Reroll the things. Don't want any of that shit. Spawning brains. Fucking oobs! Stop! You guys are fucking crazy! God, I've never actually taken this long to kill an oob. Them oobs be cray. Nope, nope, nope. Eyeball. Fuck off. Eyeball. Fuck off. Eyeball, don't fuck with me. Eyeballs. Fuck off. I fucking hate you. It's the eyeballs. They're the worst part of every fucking peep fight. That's it. They're just they're the worst part. I somehow made it through that fight without getting hit. I'm impressed. Good job, me. That was real good, actually. I'm very impressed with myself right now. Let me take a moment to pat myself on the back for that. It was really good. Only for a moment, then the moment's gone. All we are is dust in the wind, guys. It's a great song. It really is. It's kind of sad, but it's a good song. Oh god. Oh no, no, no! Dude, that's bullshit! How am I supposed to do anything about this? Come on, man! Fucking don't do this to me! Oh, you fuckers. I hate this. This is the worst. Fear shot against the double luster. I actually never expected that to be so fucking awful. Oh, I'm good. I'm just not fucked. Okay. Glad to know that the chest is not pulling any punches. What was that bounce? What the fuck? Oh, look. I'm Gertie Jr. Let me bounce over. Oh! I don't understand. I mean, like, I'm not a programmer necessarily, but I at least think I know my basic, like, I don't know, the basics of understanding how lines deflecting, you know, in fucking perpendicular path. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I understand fucking lines. How about that? How about, let's say that I understand pool. Or billiards, if you're one of the fancy types. I can't do this! I can't do this. I'm fucked. I should have popped this Emperor card when I had a lot more health, but now that I have very low health... What the fuck is this, dude? I'm fucked. I'm just fucked. That's all it is. I'm fucked. There's no chance. That fucking dingleberry was working in concert with the two mega fatties to make my life a living hell. That's what that was. It was a fucking, from an AI perspective, wonderfully done. From a gameplay perspective, fuck you. Whatever, man. Juicy sack it in here. And by the way, grabbing a heart will be irrelevant. The only reason I'm at a half heart now is because I had the eternal heart. So picking up a heart now is irrelevant. It doesn't increase my potential amount of hits taken at all. It's just one hit and I'm fucked, so let's just not get hit. Easy, right? I unlocked all the lost items, right? Can't be too difficult. Am I right? Up top. It might have taken me a few attempts, but you know, I got there. There we go. Got one down. That's what I needed. Now's my time! Don't you dare, motherfucker! Oh my god, I don't want you to telefrag me. That's not how this run ends. Not today. Okay. Alright, well this is how the run ends. See you guys. Fucking... I had a good run. Oh good, you're feared too. Yeah, okay. Just show me the fairness. I'm ready. I'm ready for the fairness. Come on, Hunt, bring on the fucking fairness. So, he's just permanently purple, actually. It wasn't entirely fear shot. He was affected by fear at a few points, but he was actually just colored purple because he was hit by a status effect while transitioning, which tends to happen a bit. Just like how he can stay permanently green. Alright, at least we got one more reroll. That's cool. I survived long enough to get one more. That's neat. Huh? I mean, Mom's Knife is shit with Libra, right? Like, I got fucking Polyphemus and Mom's Knife this run. Too bad both of them suck dick. When you have Libra. Oh yeah, okay, this is the room. The run-ending room. Here it is. Fucking dingleberries. No you don't. No you don't. What the fuck was that? What are you doing? Don't do that to me. Ah, God. Jesus Christ, what was that? That dude broke the fucking sound barrier. Holy shit, dude. I wasn't ready. I was not prepared for that. Oh my god. Alright, well it's down clearly. How am I still alive? I thought I was fucked ages ago. Crossover. Okay. Oh, I'm fine. Not even close, dude. I'm perfectly fine. Don't worry about me. Says he's coughing up blood. I don't like this room. This is the first time I've ever been like, I fucking dislike this room real bad. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, I tried my best. I kept that shit alive way longer than it really rightly should have been alive, so, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Of course, if you did, please be sure to leave a like down below. It does help me out a great deal, and it only takes like a second of your time, so I mean, like, why not? So yeah, I mean, this was a fun run. For all the shit I gave it at the end there, it was a fun run, and I enjoyed it. So thank you again for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.